Hi everybody. My microphone. Hi Sue. Hi Steve, Richard. Hi. Hi Sarah. Hi Lisa. Nancy. Chelsea. Brittany. Memphis. Stephen. Anita. Lynn. Evie. Linda. Storm. Hi. Hi Nancy. Hi Shirley. Corinne. Trevor. Two Nancys. Hi Leon. Leon. Hi Susan. Christine, Rose, Lynn, Rebecca, Catherine. Hello. Oh, I see the double Nancy. Hello, extra Nancy. And Paulie's. Hi, Corinne. Hi, Cheryl and Sharon. Nice to see you guys. Oh, thank you very much for staying up late, Rose. 12:30 a.m. for you in Ontario. Thank you very much. Yes, a lovely familiar view. Nice to see the trains going by too. We have 1 minute until we get started, and I look forward to that. Hi, Jan. Hi, Sheila. The weather is pretty perfect today. 19 degrees Celsius. Hi, Mary Lou. Oh, Sharon says insomnia worked in my favor again. 5:30 a.m. I wonder if it is insomnia or like selective Heygo necessities. Hi, Mary Lou. Sheila, hello. Okay. Hi, Spirit Wolf Tracy. Nice to see you. Hi, Heidi and Robert. Okay, it's go time. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's very nice to see you guys. Welcome to what was my first ever tour, and will be my last one that involves any kind of history or anything. My tours after this are inside, apart from one sunset tour tonight. Hi, Carol. Nancy might get an hour or two sleep tonight. Her cats are being curious. Hi, John. Hi, Susan. So, I'm going to do my best to present this tour really happily without crying, but not crying for the reasons you might think. I sound a little bit more subdued than usual. Usually I come at you really excitedly, but I woke up today to find that I'd lost my engagement ring, so I'm kind of sad. I absolutely do not want any advice, thank you very much, in regards to finding my engagement ring, so please don't ask me if I've looked in certain places, because you'll just annoy me. Rio right now, I don't know right now, but while this tour is happening, he's contacting the police station and the train station. I know you'll all have heard that in Japan, things get found really, really easily. However, a little engagement ring, and that I don't know where I lost it. I don't really know what to say about that. So, who knows? But I thank you for your patience in regards to my mood and your understanding. So thank you very, very much. And I'm looking forward to showing you around this lovely place during this lovely day. And just in case some people come in later and they wonder why I'm not super happy and peppy like usual, I'll probably just say one more time. So yeah, thank you very much. Welcome everybody, and welcome to Heygo. I know there's not that long left on Heygo. I'm just going to check your little messages just there. The chat's a little bit dodgy these days. It kind of disappears quickly, which is a bit of a pain. But thank you. Yep, I will take virtual, your I will take virtual hugs. Thank you very much. Hello, Storm. And Nicole, Katie, Karen. Thank you, everybody. Brittany, Beatrice. Nice to see you all. Hi, Lisa. Hi, ... Yeah, Heygo sadness too. So everybody, welcome. We are in East Osaka. We say Higashi Osaka. That means the east part of Osaka. I'm starting you off right next to the train station because I like the trip up towards the shrine just behind me. But also I think it's quite nice to see a little local train station. This is Hiraoka station and we are here to see Hiraoka Jinja, Hiraoka Shrine. Hi Turquoise, nice to see you. You live in Misawa. Oh, you used to live in Misawa. I don't know where it is very well, but that sounds lovely. So here, why so solemn? Because I've lost my engagement ring, but please do not give me any advice in that regard. Thank you very much, but sorry about that. Yes, always great to start with some juicy old power cables. And here we have the kind of golden rope. I like to refer to it as a golden rope that marks a kind of entrance point into a shrine. And we have a gorgeous blue sky. Yeah, we couldn't really have asked for better weather for this tour today, so I'm really glad. My goal today is to teach you how to conduct yourself if you come to a shrine. Also tell you a little bit about this one and get you some gorgeous postcards. That's my goal. And also to see off Hiraoka Shrine in a Heygo Live kind of way. So the golden rope that we're walking underneath marks that it's one of the ways in which they signify we're leaving this kind of mortal world and entering a more sacred world. But yet we're still to come up to the torii gate that you can see just ahead of me. Hi Shania, nice to see you. So we're blessed with perfect weather. There's some very kind of old looking relics here. In fact, you know what? Let me spot some things we don't normally spot on this tour, because we're in the presence of Lisa, who was here on my very first ever tour here with a much more rubbish gimbal, and me thinking I was super nervous, but it was actually just the gimbal shaking like nobody's business. I lost my engagement ring, Katie, but please no advice in regards to that, thank you. So I'm feeling pretty sad. Try not to cry because it's just a thing. It was very cheap in regards to engagement rings, to be honest, but it's also the most expensive thing I've ever had to wear. It was about $400. I know engagement rings are usually tens of thousands, but I didn't want a load of money spent on it, and I guess it's a good thing a load of money wasn't spent on it. Thank you. The stone lanterns are particularly lovely. I think I might get you a portrait shot just here. So 3, 2, 1. We don't normally get this view. 3, 2, 1. And at night time, not these stone lanterns, but the lanterns inside get lit up as well. Hi, Hadrian, nice to see you. And thank you all very, very much for staying up so late to get to see this, or for getting up early to get to see this. 3, 2, 1. Just over here. Often I start the tour just over in this little gap, actually. 3, 2, 1. But I've decided to start from a slightly different location today. You see in the background, just going to put my my hands in the way. So here, this is a political promotion because it's politics season here. Oh, you got kicked out. You had a white screen, but you're fine now. That's good. Yeah, you can't put a price on sentimental value. That's for true. That's for sure. Thank you for sending a prayer to St. Anthony. So the stone lanterns are never lit up, no, but we're coming inside towards these red lanterns that I'll show you in just a moment, and those get lit up at night, and it's very, very lovely. We might even see them be lit up later. Tonight I'm doing a sunset tour, and it will be at the park that we end at in a moment. So as we come into this is the main torii gate. This one is quite special. It's not painted red, but it is very tall and very, very grand. And this is one of our favourite views of this this shrine area, I think. Hi, Sarah and Vicky. Nice to see you. So we're going to bow just as we walk in. You can see an example of someone else doing that, lowering their umbrella. and just having a little bow to show some respect for the fact that we are entering the secular world, the world of the gods, the deities. And so I'm going to do the same. Generally, we don't walk through the very, very middle. We reserve that for the gods themselves. So we walk through either on the left or the right, but most commonly the left, if you care so much about that kind of thing. Okay, little bow, and then in we come. Yes, I will talk about that in a moment, Sarah. So in Japan, we have temples and shrines. As Sarah just said in the chat, as I've said on all of my tours before, the shrines are for Shintoism, and Shintoism usually, the connotations are with things that represent life. So new relationships, be that business or romantic, or new life, such as having a baby or a pet or something. Lisa says, I swear the trees in Japan are a special brighter green than elsewhere. Yeah, on a blue sky day, it can really seem like it as well, can't it? They do seem a special kind of green. Thank you very much, Rebecca. Hi, Sue and Elizabeth and Connie and Karen. Nice to see you guys. And I'll talk a little bit more about temples in a moment, but that's part of my spiel, so bear with me in regards to that. At the moment, we are walking past kind of main entry point up to the shrine. My camera is not lopsided. It feels like it's because we're on a hill, so I'm going to start the incline in a moment. These things here, they have lots of information about the shrines, but in particular, they have information about the deities that are enshrined here, and it basically tells you that there's been lots of restorations lately because this shrine area is so important. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Connie. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for tipping. St. Anthony's the patron saint of lost things. That's good. And then underneath, we've got, again, sorry, my hand, all of these here. These are kind of sponsorships. Actually, they're from local families, and some might be from local businesses, but it's how the shrine has its upkeep. Because, of course, these things need to be maintained, don't they? Especially if they're so well loved and so well used. And they're outside, so the weather can attack them for sure. So shrines need money, basically. If you go to some big shrines and temples around Japan, you will even experience really big sponsorships, such as Asahi beer, which I think is always quite funny to see. Hi, Donna and Glenda. They're not advertisements, no. This one in the middle, this big one up here, is an advertisement, but only for the shrine itself. And Hiraoka has recently started really upping its ante on its webpage, which you might be able to translate. And you might be able to have Google translate for you. But more so, they've just launched a YouTube channel. So I think they're really trying to get themselves a bit more on the map, because this is a really popular area with locals, really, really popular and important, because this shrine site has been used for prayer for 2,600 years, which I think is very, very impressive. And they have important festivals and things here as well, in which people from all around Japan, especially Osaka, are likely to come. Take a look at that road that we just started on. This is one of the danjiri floats that are part of a festival that happens every year at the shrine. However, it did happen last year, but the 2 years before that, it didn't happen because of coronavirus, which is a big, big shame. But I had the pleasure of experiencing it last year, which was fantastic. And you see these areas just here. Behind these, we can all stand up really high. And I did some incredible Heygo tours from there. So I just told everyone what the writing on the fence posts are. They're from local families, and some are companies. They are the sponsorships for it's not, these ones aren't so much like sponsorships unless they are from companies. They are donations to the shrine. So these ones are very, very expensive because they're so big. That's all right, Mary Lou. That's all right, Mary Lou. I think. Okay. So you can recognize that a lot of the kanji looks the same on them, right? There are some that look the same, and that's because traditional family names all have similar kanji in them, and some of them quite interesting: forest and ice and field and water and soil. There are some very traditional family names. I don't know how to say all of them, but I can recognize some of the characters. Oh my goodness, Nastasia says, I've just hit 48 hours straight of watching Heygo. They are a really pretty way to display the names, and these are the most expensive ones just over here, okay? In fact, there are some that are slightly taller, wait, maybe even double as tall. So these ones are, like, these will set you back $1,000 or something. Whereas the ones that go just up a little bit higher, they'll only set you back, I think, about 100. But they've all been tidied up. So these would have lots of little wooden slats in them for more typical kinds of donations from local families. But every year those all get burned in a ceremonial rite, a ritual. Oh my goodness, a little bug just flew right past my ear. Thank you very much, Nastasia, for the tip. To get from my house to here, it costs 1,600 yen. Of course, I'm lucky I get to see my partner, but I am doing this to help you guys here on Heygo as well. This is my partner's hometown, actually. Rose has been watching Heygo all day for 3 days, minus sleep time. Oh my goodness, guys. You probably get more postcards in the last days than ever before. There's a lot of kind of forestry around. Is it forestry? So the birds are sounding really excellent right now. You're crazy, dedicated people. It's okay. I understand. Thank you all very much for coming. Hi, Annalie. Oh my goodness, you guys, with your dedication to Heygo, I'm very, very impressed. Some people have been watching Heygo constantly for the last days. What are you guys going to do? You guys are going to have cold turkey like nothing else. Now, this is a good sign. Just up here, we have cherry blossoms. That's a really good sign. Look at this gorgeous shot here. So we can, look at that, just perfectly green leaves, a lantern, cherry blossoms just off to the side. Now, I'm surprised to see that many cherry blossoms on the tree. And at the end of this tour, the last 10 to 20 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, are actually in the park, Hiraoka Koen, so the park nearby. And that's a good sign. That means we've got some cherry blossoms to see that overlook the city, so that's going to be really wonderful. Overlook the city of Osaka. We're up in the hill next to Ikoma Mountain, actually. Ikoma Mountain is the border between Osaka and Nara. Oh my goodness. Storm's been watching constantly and downloading tens of thousands of postcards. Lisa says, Ryo is lucky to have this in his neighborhood. Perhaps, but there's nothing else in the neighborhood. There are just houses. There's not even a shop, actually, which I think is quite funny. Okay, Nastasia says, if you are awake for more than 72 hours, then you are certifiably insane. So she's just going to make sure she goes to sleep before that diagnosis kicks in. So here we've got a really lovely area, because we're so close to Nara. We have a deer as the kind of wash basin area. Before you come into a shrine, you should cleanse yourself. Cleanse yourself of all those dirty sins you should have left the other side of the gate. So we just wash our hands to show respect to the deities inside. Oh, we're lucky. We're coming up to hearing drumming, which is really nice. So I'm going to carry on through. Sorry, so we usually wash our left hand, our right hand, our left hand again, and then touch the water to our mouth. But, oh my goodness, that was a bit scary. I thought that the deer had an eyebrow that was being raised, and that was, it made me nervous just then for some reason, but it's actually just the shadow. Thanks, Natasha. Nastasia, you said I'm fabulous. That's very kind of you. Oh, I thought that was a poltergeist. Yes, Nicole, I did speak to Hiro, and I'm afraid he is needs time to himself for some reason or another. So I'm going to respect that. Nothing we can do, I'm afraid. He's alive and it's alive, yeah. So I'm going to walk through this bit. Belated birthday to him. His birthday is on the 14th of July, like mine. So we have lots of bits to remind us that we're just in a place of the gods, and these special knots are denoting that we're walking into that secular world. And here, this lovely tree, one of the most sacred trees of the area, usually means it's the oldest one, also has the sacred rope around it. That's toilets in the background. I'll try and get the toilets out of shot. Fresh green moss and all. Now, I'm going to do another little bow. We're coming up to the main building over here, and I'm going to show you how to conduct yourself up there. And I've got a little coin in my pocket, and I'll show you which one is best to use too. No bush this time. No, I don't need the toilet, guys. You're all right. You all like toilets. I thought the first time I put you guys the first time I put you guys in the bush for that 12-hour tour, you all looked so beautiful looking up at me from the gimbal through the purple flowers. It's one of my favorite moments ever on Heygo, I think. You guys with I imagined all your little faces beaming up at me from the bush. Yes, 12 hours, Nastasha. Trevor says, not going to lie, we watch a lot of YouTube Japan tour stuff, and the toilets are always a highlight. I did a tour around the entirety of Lake Biwa, but the only way I could muster doing it while showing you cool things during the peak of cherry blossoms last week was if it took 12 hours. So I wasn't trying to beat a record, but I unintentionally got 2 records in one go. So you're looking at the record holder for the longest tour on Heygo, as well as the most postcards taken on Heygo in one tour. And I don't live in Europe, and I'm not a guy, so I'm pretty impressed with that. I'm hoping to reach 2 million postcards. I'm irritatingly close. I think I'm about 30,000 away from getting it, but with the tours I've got left, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to get that. But yeah, I'm irritatingly close to 2 million postcards. So as far as I'm concerned, I've practically got them. I've got them. Trigger fingers going. Hi, John. So we're coming up to the shrine area. Everything's a climb, right? And as we climb further and further, and we feel the intense pain and realization of what we're doing, we have more thanks to give by the time we get to the top, I think. There's a little ritual happening inside, so we might hear some chanting in a moment. Yes, we can. I'm going to come back to that in a moment. Bear with me. I'm going to let you hear the chanting first because it's special. Yeah, some people were there for the whole 12 hours. Follow me on YouTube if you want to see the whole tour eventually. Yeah, that would be lovely, Lapaji. Yeah, the area is really coming alive with the moss now. The last 2 hours of my tour, as well as another tour that lost its last 45 minutes, there's no answer for it. In fact, Heygo isn't even responding to me about it anymore. I guess their system just broke, so it got lost. However, a little angel called Clint said, "I'm so sorry, Kendall. I know I shouldn't have, and I basically stole your tour, but I wanted to see the last 6 hours, so I recorded the final 6 hours, and I've made you a video of the last 2.5 hours so that you can still put it on YouTube." And I said, "Don't you worry, little angel. I'm so grateful that you did that." So we have the final 2 hours. Thank you so much, Trevor, for posting a link. Yeah, linktr.ee/MissKendalJames to see the other things I do and get to follow me on YouTube as well. I'm halfway to the number I need to be able to live stream on YouTube. So please do follow me there. Now, all of these lanterns do get lit up at night, and these are Canadian maple leaves in the front, so in the foreground. So they just look outstanding as the autumn comes into view. If you take a look here, the names and the plaques are much taller. So these are the super expensive ones, and I guess you get permanent kudos for having your name here. Oh, you see my paintings on Linktree. Thank you. Yeah, it is a Heygo family. I'm trying to get you some different views. You can see all of the buildings around here look very nicely in-kept, don't they? In-kept? Is that in-keeping? In-keeping and kept up. I think kept up is what I'm looking for. Here's a little letter from me to you guys, just in case you do want to find me on other platforms and things. So just please look in the chat. There's a little letter to you. Thank you. Yeah, you gave Sarah a little break having the link ready. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this shrine in a second, but I think that we should enjoy the Japanese flute and the drums, the taiko drum. So let's just get a little bit closer. There's a shrine maiden inside, ringing the bell. Okay, thank you, Storm. I've just made a screenshot of your information there. Thank you. Hi, Deborah. Very lovely little areas around here that look just like they're straight out of a Studio Ghibli movie. Let me show you this a little bit over here. So there are other ways in which you can support the shrine and the deities here, as well as 3, 2, 1, without having to spend an awful lot of money on a plaque. And of course, they can't do that for everybody. 3, 2, 1. Catherine said my cats are looking around for the sound of the flute, ears up and alert. So just over here, you can get something called a goshuin, which is a kind of temple collection, a temple stamp. You can collect them all the way around Japan in all different shrines and temples, as well as other places too, sometimes at castles. I don't have my book with me today. The book is called a goshuincho and is on a concertina or accordion, depending on what country you live in. And it folds one onto the other, and you can keep collecting them. I've been living in Japan for... Sorry, excuse me. Excuse me, this microphone doesn't have an off button, so all I did was move you away from my throat for a second while I cleared it. Excuse me. What was I saying? Oh, thank you very much. So because I've been here for 3.5 years, the time I've been here has existed within coronavirus and that pandemic. So unfortunately, so that people didn't always... Hello. Konnichiwa. Okay, Ryo has a beer and a highball. Why is it covered up? What's happening? Oh my goodness. We've got friends who've just come to join us. Okay. So don't ever worry if you've done something wrong at the shrine. You can just have drinks here and stuff too, apparently. So drinking on the job, apparently. But I've got to show them the coin in my pocket, Bill. Oh, yeah. Okay. Apparently I'm having a drink now, so thank you. It is my day off, so I'll take that. It's beautiful. Ii tenki desu ne. Mecha ii tenki. So, they didn't want you handing over your goshuin, so the stamp collection book, all the time because it was deemed to be not sanitary. And so they started printing out our stamps. So sadly, in my book, it's definitely of its time because so many of my stamps have are just printed out, and some of them are printed out on an inkjet printer. Sorry, there's everybody here. Okay, I'll tell them what to do over here. Arigato. Okay, so buy me a coffee, not buy me a beer. Oh, mine actually says buy me a chocolate bar or buy me a book, actually. I'm now attracting crying children, yeah. Right, let me show you what I've got here. This is this is not focusing. Oh, there we go. It's my little terrors in the background. Now it's Kendall and Friends. Yeah, that's his little, that's his nephew there. Buy Humphrey a treat. Very nice. So this is a Go-En coin. We're going to use the Go-En coin, so 5 yen coin, to make a blessing in the shrine. We use this one because the sound of Go-En sounds very similar to a message in Japanese that means good relationships, good experiences. So I'm going to put this in the shrine. I'm going to put this in the offering box. What we usually do is clap to alert that we're there. So we bow, we put the money in, and then bow, and then clap to let the deities know that you were there. And then you can pray, and then you can bow again and walk away. So let's do that. There we go. I just did a little, I'm not religious, but I just had a little space in my heart for all of you guys. It's the year of the rabbit, so we have this gorgeous illustration up on this giant prayer board, this giant Emma prayer board. And yeah, so I'm not religious, but I enjoy the idea of Shintoism, actually. Shintoism is, as Richard has told us, like Taoism in Chinese. Shintoism is indigenous to Japan, so it's been around a very, very, very long time. Okay, 1 second. My drinks holder is here, so I'm just going to top up. You're my drinks holder. Okay. I have a very attractive drinks holder. It can talk and take itself to the toilet as well. Quite impressive. So Shintoism is indigenous to Japan, and if you come to Japan and you're not sure what you're doing, am I at a temple, am I at a shrine? And by the way, that clapping that you do should only be done at a shrine. At a temple, I think they don't do that. Buddhism came to Japan around the same time that this shrine is old, so in the 6th century BC. But temples are things that are in relation to Buddhism, and ceremonies for endings and death are usually what happens at Buddhist temples. But sometimes there are little crossovers, such as before I have told you about the funeral that happens for dolls in Japan. So if you came on my Hina Matsuri, my Girls' Day tours, and you got to see those wonderful dolls that were out to celebrate Girls' Day, then you know that I told you that all different kinds of toys in Japan can have their special funeral. You want to say hi? mini Ryo in the background. Yoshiki-kun is very interested. 面白いね. Okay, you've got a new camera person, everybody. The camera person is 6 years old. He's very, very excited by this little toy we've got here. What do you think? 楽しい? どう? 気をつけて. Okay, so you guys, 世界中にライブ配信のツアーです。いえ、気をつけて。すみません、よしきくん。気をつけて。Okay. Okay, there you go. So perhaps now you guys have a new appreciation for my skill with this gimbal, because I think that was a rocky road just then. I don't really speak his language very well, so I think it's nice if he's got a moment of being interested in something I do. Okay. Yep. Catherine's got I'm going to continue what I was saying about the dolls in a moment. Yes, I have only had a few sips of whatever this is that I've been presented with. So Catherine's got a really great question. I like it. It's the first time someone's asked, and I'm gonna answer it. So let me see. The question is, what do you do when you are religious? I guess you're saying aren't religious. What do you do if you aren't religious and you aren't comfortable with bowing to deities and honoring the deities? You wrote, what do you do when you are religious and aren't comfortable with bowing and honoring to the deities? Is that right? Yeah, I'm going to tell you about the Emma boards in a moment. They're prayer boards. So, a what? Oh, okay, God, everything is happening right now. Everything's getting in the way of my talk. Don't worry, guys, I'll be right with you. Ryo has pointed out something apparently very interesting over here. Okay, there's a duck. 珍しい. Okay. Yeah, so 1 second. I'm going to put you through here and I'll explain. You can marvel at these guys. We've got ducks in here. There are never normally ducks in here. Okay, so if you are part of any kind of different religion, or like myself, I'm agnostic, I don't have a religion, I don't necessarily believe in them, but I do respect other people's ones. Then don't worry. If you'd like to come and enjoy the architecture, enjoy the site and get used to the culture, that's absolutely fine. I want to reiterate as strongly as possible that you don't have to do the clapping, you don't have to do bowing to any gods. But at the same time, yeah, you really don't. And I don't want to make you feel like you have to, force you into it. But if you went into someone's house, or if you met someone for the first time, excuse me, just coming back through here. You met someone for the first time, you might shake their hand, right? Or you might bow to them. In Japan, we would bow to them to just show respect to the person themselves. So, I don't know, like, it's down to you. If you don't want to because you're concerned that it disrespects your own God or something, then that's your prerogative. But I would say that I expect religious people more so than any other. People who have a religion perhaps have more respect to the importance of gods and deities, right? So I would like to think that perhaps you would be perhaps more inclined than I would even to bow and show respect to to another deity. But of course, you don't have to. If you found yourself coming to a shrine for the first time, imagine it's 25 years ago. There's no internet. No one has told you. You don't speak Japanese and no one has told you what to do at a shrine. You come up to the shrine, you look around, you get your disposable camera out and you take a couple of pictures and then you go. Nothing's gonna go Pete Tong. You're safe. You're safe. So don't worry. I hope that reassures you that it's okay. And I can tell you, like, even if I did tour guiding in person and I had people with me that said, I don't want to, I really want to see the buildings, I really want to experience the space, but I really don't want to bow to a god, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry. For whatever your reason, no problem. But I would encourage you to enjoy the culture. In a lot of our cultures, we don't usually bow, for example, but there's something quite when in Rome about bowing to someone in Japan. So we even bow to the cashiers. They bow very deeply to us, and we nod our heads and lower our shoulders just a little bit in the same way. So yeah, no security is going to chase you. Don't worry. Trevor just said, this is the first time I've had to Google one of your English idioms. That's funny. It's all gone Pete Tongue, yeah? Well, I hope you guys will join me on YouTube so that you can hear even more of my idioms in the future. This is my favorite view of where we are right now. The white things behind me that I was showing you, they're actually good fortunes, or bad fortunes if you're me. I got some pretty you got to bow out now. That's all right. I got some pretty bad fortunes recently, and then I tried to get myself a good one, but the machine had closed down. So I think I'm destined to have the bad fortunes, and we'll call that so by the fact that my engagement ring is not on my finger right now because it's lost. There's that bad luck. Yeah, a little humility can go a long way, that's for sure. So there are other ways to support shrines without and temples without donating huge amounts of money. These things here, you just spend 100 or 200 yen, sometimes 300 yen, and then you get a good luck or bad luck or something in between. There's super bad and a little bit bad, and then there's medium luck and super good luck. If you get the super good luck, people tend to, usually it says a little something about love and life and business and other things on it. If you're lucky, they say it in English, Korean, Chinese, and Japanese, but sometimes just Japanese. YouTube, for me, go for the tours, stay for the Kendalisms. There are a lot of them, aren't there? There are a lot of them. So if you get bad luck, you tie it to one of these areas. Sometimes people tie them to trees, actually. I personally wouldn't recommend that you tie them to trees. It looks cute, but it's a bit of a pain in the bum for the monks and priests and things that are looking after the temples and shrines. I'm not convinced, Lethargy. I don't want to reverse my slightly better than bad luck. So I'm gonna stay with that. I'm gonna stay with the one that I've got. Here we have Emma boards. They are prayer boards, Emma boards. And some of them have characters like this, Daruma. Daruma is a doll. Usually you see them with white eyes just here. But when you get one for the first time, you make a wish or a promise to yourself, a goal, and you color in the left eye black. And then when you've completed that goal, I guess something a bit like a New Year's resolution, and they're especially popular in the new year, then you color in the other eye as well. Here you can see children have filled in these ones themselves, and they've created just pictures. So I hope that shows you enough that you don't have to be able to write Japanese, or you don't have to write something sentimental. You can even just draw pictures. So this is children's experience of coming to the shrine to learn how to conduct themselves. And the cutest thing is this little guy in the background, so in Ryo's house, in his family, in Ryo's family home, there is a really, what's it called? I can't remember the name of it, but there is a big shrine. It's a in-house shrine. I can't remember the name. Ryoken? Rio, what's the name of the shrine in your room? In your room, the big golden shrine. Honden. Okay. They are more expensive than houses. So if you've got one, the chances are it's going to be in your family forever, because basically it's a miniature shrine, maybe almost 2 meters tall and about 80 centimeters wide. And you can basically, you might put pictures of your ancestors around it. So you might have a picture of your grandpa or your or someone. He's got a picture of his grandpa near it, and the whole family will leave tea and other things like mochi, so rice balls or something, near there for their ancestors, just in memory of them. And every day they will sit and pray in front of it. Okay. Sorry, guys. 1 second. I'll hold that thought. I'm being alerted to something cool. This is why I usually do my tours alone, guys. Honestly, I'm sorry. We're being alerted. So Yoshiki-kun here. Okay, Yoshiki-kun here. They put offerings on the shrine. Wow. Hey. Wow. I can tell you about these in a moment. So they leave snacks and things there as offerings to their ancestors. But Yoshiki-kun, he rings the little bell, the ding, ding, and then claps and prays before he takes snacks off of the shrine. Nobody else does, the adults don't. But Yoshiki-kun has obviously been taught that if he wants snacks, he's got to be grateful for them. So I think it's really sweet. And this morning he came running into our room and I just heard dung, dung, and I'm like, great, Yoshiki is getting snacks. Honestly, there's boys behind me throwing sticks at me. They're awful. So guys, don't even worry how you conduct yourself at a shrine. Apparently you could just throw sticks at people and run around. Yoshiki's just chucking things around and everything. So here we also have these paper streamers that are folded. They're made from washi paper. Actually, wa just refers to the Japanese style, and it's paper that's usually made from the fibers left over from growing things like rice, which is somehow why it manages to last outside for so long. But the idea is that they would protect you from, not protect you, sorry, they protect this area from evil spirits and things. So they just ward off evil. Exactly. Sarah says, I see why his nickname is Poophead. He always says, why? Why is it Poophead? Well, you prove every day why your nickname is Poophead. Every day. It's clearer and clearer. In Japan, they don't have pet names, actually. You heard me saying their names with kun after it, which is an affectionate way to refer to someone that you know, love, or like. Or you can make them seem more childlike by doing that, if you like. But yeah, I call my partner Poophead. Which you might not think is very nice, but I think poop's a very fun and cute word to say, personally. There's a lovely, lovely light on this lantern just here. Now, I'm going to get a bit technical and read you some important information in a second. 3, 2, 1. I just want to get you a little picture of this beautiful light on this wonderful lantern. More ornate than the others. 3, 2, 1. Poophead-kun, yeah. Poophead-kun. That's why it's not so bad. So those shrines that we saw, the red ones that were all lined up, it's really common. It's really common in Japanese main shrines and temples that we've come through all of the public bits, but then I've given you a sneaky little look around the back at some of the bits that are usually just for the monks and for really important ceremonies. So that bit over there, no member of the public is allowed to go into it. And at the very back there, unless you've booked a special ceremony, then you won't be going to that bit to pray. But basically different deities are enshrined in each of those. Oh, Linda says, my one puppy is called Little Poop as a nickname because she did make little poops. Okay, then that's Poophead and Little Poop in the background. Yep, it's you. Okay, so Hiraoka Jinja is from 663 BC. It's well known for its age and originally a place of mountain worship. A long time ago, rudimentary structures would be here to allow for that worship. Mountain worship is a kind of nature worship that was first founded by indigenous groups living near the splendid forms of mountains in Japan. So even now, mountains are deemed to be important spiritual bodies, basically. So when we refer to not childlike creatures such as Ryo behind us, Ryokun, we refer to people with respect, such as saying san or sama at the end of their names. So when we talk about Mount Fuji, for example, we say Fuji-san or Fuji-sama to show great respect to that spiritual creation. I think, one second, I'm going to ask him. Ryo, the blue signs, what are they advertising? These blue signs, what are they advertising?
No.
What does it say?
I don't know, but...
You don't know? It's in Japanese. Please help us.
4月29日 event?
Yeah. When?
4月29日.
4月20. Okay, on the 20th. Friday?
Maybe.
He's so aloof. My partner is just so aloof. I'm sorry. Basically, there's an event happening here on the 20th, which is why there are blue signs everywhere. I told you at the beginning that buildings around here are restored to their optimum magnificence often, and that's why those sponsorships and donations towards the shrines are very, very important. The same goes for temples. As you can see, this building here is so vermilion. It's just the most red. Something about water god worship. Yes, that sounds about right, based on the kanji that are used. So this one has recently been restored and was only unveiled in autumn, actually. And it's quite gorgeous. And back then it even just smelled like so much paint. And even the like copper rooftops are still shiny and new, although dulling already. Copper has an amazing ability to shine and dull quickly. Yeah, this has only been here for about 7 months, but you can already see it dulling. It was so bright that it was almost blinding before. Thank you so much, Joan. So I have a little extra money in my pocket. I've got another. If you don't have a 5 yen, you can use 50 yen, because that something goen is important. This will be go-juen. So I'm going to put this in here, and I'm just going to say thank you to the shrine area, because we have used it for these lovely tours to learn a little bit often. So I'm just going to put this in here and say thank you. There we are. I'm going to back away. Yeah, so even if you're not religious, or even if you're, I don't know, is it appropriate to say stickler for your chosen religion? I can understand that. I can understand your dedication to your own God, but I think that there is no harm in saying thanks. And we know very well that the whole world is made up of so many different kinds of religions, and in fact there are even crossovers between the gods and things. I think religion is a really interesting thing that brings peace and calm and happiness to so many in this world. And yeah, a long time ago when I was younger and I didn't really understand that religion was mostly about connection and people, I would also say, I don't want to go into this church, or I don't want to go into this cathedral. But these days I think I understand better. It's just about people, and people trying to find comfort in the world, right? So I can say thank you. I can say thank you in a place of worship that isn't my own. We've still got a little bit left, guys. 20 minutes left. Thank you, Karen and Leon and Shirley and Susan. It's the Hanky Shrine Spring Festival. Thank you. Hey, yo, my Voyagers are better than you.
Oh, really?
It's the Hanki Shrine Spring Festival, Poophead.
Oh, good.
Honestly. And the little Rio just pushed me in the background. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Catherine. Now hang with me. I think we're going to say goodbye to the cherry blossoms as well. The cherry blossoms are in the park coming up just to the side. So stick with me. The weather is so perfect today. It's lovely. Thanks, Mary and Catherine. So we're up here so close to Ikoma Mountain, which stands 800 meters tall nearby. And we can thank the mountains through worship for the rivers that flow through them to the forests. So Shintoism is all about appreciation for that which lives around us. And we believe that it's believed to Japanese people, they believe that everything is connected to everything else, much like in Chinese Taoism, as Richard has pointed out in the past. And just as we know, ultimately we all become compost effectively, right? Which just provides nutrients for the land around us. And this is not a religious tour. That's not what this is about. It's just about trying to share with you how Japanese people think about religion and how they conduct themselves at shrines. One of the other interesting things is that even though Japanese people subscribe to the traditions and cultures of Shintoism and of Buddhism, you can ask a Japanese person if they're religious and they won't say yes, which I think is just fascinating. Thank you, Mary. So they won't say yes, but they will pray at the shrine. They won't say yes, but they will go to a Buddhist funeral ceremony. They won't say yes, but they will take their old teddy bears and dolls to the shrine so that their spirits are safe. It's interesting, isn't it? And Nastasia just there said spiritual. And I think that's something I can agree with because... Oh, 1 second. Okay, we got a butterfly. Oh. It's a little bit camouflage. Can you see it right in the middle? I think there's something special about that. So when I was younger, I didn't really understand religion or what it was or is. But I did get this feeling of believing that my ancestors were still with me. I mean, I think my grandma always used it kind of threateningly to say, "Your great grandma, she can see what you're doing." And I'm like, all right, well, let her watch. But I lost my uncles when they were only 44 and 45. In fact, my mom is the only one remaining in that family. Her parents have passed away and her brothers have passed away, and that's a sad thing. And I think one way in which we make ourselves feel more comfortable with that, or feel okay, or still feel connected with situations like that, is to believe that they can still hear us. They do. We can still talk to them, perhaps, is one of the most important things. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And you don't have to do that out loud. You can do that just by thinking. You can learn any language just by thinking, if you want to. And languages aren't just spoken things. They can be ways in which you communicate with others. It could just all be text-based, like what we're doing here on Heygo, right? And it can just be in your heart, too. So we're coming to the end of this bit. This is where we say thank you very much to Hiraoka Shrine for having looked after us for 14 months with me. I've had a lovely time showing you around here, and I hope it's not the last time. I bet it's not the last time. I will try and make some lovely videos and things for you in the future to really show off this shrine. And you bet I'm going to try and make videos and live streams to show you the incredible festivals and things that happen in this area. But we're coming up to the park right now, so the chat can get a little bit less formal if you guys have been trying to be kind and respectful and polite. And I want to let you know that on all of my tours coming up, there's just 2 days left, of course, but I've got some tours such as karaoke. I'm finally going to do karaoke, so if you're into the 80s, 90s soul classics and club music from today or whatever you like, then come and sing those with me. I'll do a lot of my favorites, and then I'll also take some requests. It's a 2-hour session. You're welcome to join me for that. But what I want to invite you to do is, if you want to use this chat to share any of your social media links, you are absolutely welcome to do that. If you are worried that you're going to lose contact with some people here, let me calm your hearts and remind you that if you know anyone from Heygo, the chances are they can help you find anyone else that you miss, love, and want to stay in contact with on Heygo. So if when Heygo closes, you think, oh no, I didn't get information, just ask someone else. I bet we can all be connected enough to find the answers there. So don't put your address and your phone number in this chat. But if you haven't yet and you want to share your Instagram and Facebook and things, then go ahead and add them in here. And now we are here at Hiraoka Koen, so Hiraoka Park. I can see. I think I can see the ends of some cherry blossoms. Yeah, there's a few blossoms. So let's go and see the blossoms. No, you can just send that to me, Trevor. Trevor just said, no social security numbers. Just send that to me. I've never had one of those before. That sounds fun. And this is one of my favorite things to show off on Heygo, actually. This skyline. Guys, we are looking at Osaka City. And I think that's just fantastic. So we're in East Osaka. Do you see right in the middle just there, there's a staggered building. That is the tallest skyscraper in Japan. That is Abeno Harukas. And I love showing off the 16th floor of that building, actually, because there's a free garden. It's just lovely. Oh, look at them holding hands. I think they were holding hands to kind of make sure that Yoshiki-kun doesn't run away. They're just like... Oh my goodness. Just little devils. Oh, very nice. Melissa shared you a little link just there to her link tree. Hi, Gregory. Oh my goodness. You guys. Just little devils. They're trying to blow dandelion clocks at each other. So we're in Hiraoka Park here, and a long time ago there were so many plum and cherry blossoms along here, but sadly the plum blossoms all had to be uprooted. So what you can see over here is loads of baby green trees. The baby green trees are about 3 years old, and they did have plum blooms in them very recently. And now we just have the very end of a couple of cherry blossoms that are in and around here. I can see one tree over there, so I'm going to take you around to that one tree. Thank you so much, Hadrian, for the tip. That's all right. My last tour, yeah, maybe it'll be on YouTube. Maybe. At very least, you can still continue to sponsor me on Buy Me a Coffee, and there are some videos from my archive that won't actually be available for everybody to watch, because the standard perhaps isn't exactly what I want to have on YouTube publicly, but my sponsors will have access to those over time. I'll release that kind of thing, so please do consider sponsoring me too on Buy Me a Coffee, and you can have access to things like that. You'll still get your regular postcards, and you'll be helping me create videos and things that will just keep showing off the world in which I live in, and I'll do my best to keep you all connected. And if you like talking to me on the Heygo app like we have been doing, then that's where you're going to find me on Buy Me a Coffee doing the same. Yeah, Hiraoka Park right now. Thank you very much. Someone just put the perfect spelling in just there. Hiraoka. Yeah, Hiraoka. Yeah, nice work, thank you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get you up a little bit higher because the skyline in the background is gorgeous. So we're in camp. Look how green it is. Oh my goodness, sorry, I just got distracted by that phenomenal green. I'm going to walk you up a little bit higher so you can see the skyline, and then I'm going to finish by showing you the few cherry blossoms that are left. Thank you, Nicole. Look at the green. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Yeah, looking for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube so that I can easily live stream, but I'll look into the thing that Storm shared earlier as well. And what's the other thing I was going to say? Lost it. That's all right. You can disappear now. So I don't know what I was going to say, but I'm going to continue with, we're in the east part of Osaka, but when we come up to the skyline in a moment, it looks over the whole of Osaka, and you can kind of area that would lead to Kyoto, and on the other side Nara, which is just a nice kind of profound way to finish up a tour like this, I think. So bear with me. I'm going to get you up higher. Whew, that was a bit of a walk. Here. So in 4 hours, 3 hours, I'm doing a final tour outside. All of my tours after that point will not be inside. I'm doing a sunset tour. I understand a lot of you guys will be asleep, but do check out YouTube, and I'll try and get that up there for you. Yeah, Lisa's got, if you ever want to trip down memory lane, looking at all of the postcards and things, Lisa's probably one of the only voyagers that's been on it with downloading her postcards often. So not such a scary prospect for her recently. Thank you very much, everyone, sharing your details. Thank you very much for the tip, Linda. It's lovely. And I've got to say, the sunset that we saw here 2 weeks ago, it was one of the most outstanding things I've ever seen. I cannot promise it. We don't know what the sunset's going to be like, but it just had a big red sunshine in the middle that looked just like the Japanese flag, and the whole sky turned orange. It was incredible. So later on is a sunset, and it's me and my partner, and we are going to have a drink, and it's a bit of a Q&A, hang out with us if you like. So just come and chill, watch the sun go down, and feel free to ask a few questions and things. Now I'm just going to take you over here to see the last cherry blossoms. Can you see? Oh, I can't wait to have a look, Linda. I'm sorry, when I woke up I was just too sad to realize I'd lost my engagement ring. So sorry about the somber start to this tour as well. I was very, very sad, and so I haven't checked any of my Facebook messages. I didn't really want to talk to anybody. Tanuki? Okay. You ready? Okay. Yoshiki-kun is taking us to maybe a tanuki or something? Mushi? Mushi desu ka? Tanuki? Oh my goodness. Panda de wa nai. It's not a panda, everybody. We gotta be quiet. We might be going to see a real tanuki. Okay. Tanukis are Japanese. Really? Oh my goodness. Oh, I've never seen one in the wild. Amazing. Guys. It's a real life wild tanuki. These are super rare. Wow. I will. Oh, it's gone away. Oh my goodness. I wanted to take a picture. I couldn't. Wow. Should it be in there? Yeah. How did you guys find that? They found that by being boys and just looking around on the ground everywhere. Wow. That was so cute. Yoshiki-kun said, "Panda de wa nai." He said it's not a panda. Wow. Mofu mofu. It looked so fluffy. Tanuki. Wow. Ureshi. That's so cool, everybody. What a good ending. Now let me take you over to those cherry blossoms. So Linda said, should it be in there? I guess it's much like in the UK, we've got foxes just around everywhere. So it's just running in the kind of guttering system here. But I don't know if it's not with its mummy or anything. They're really fluffy raccoons, yeah. But that one looked very healthy. Sorry if you didn't get the best look. I did my very best. That was very cool. That's very cool. So I don't know if you know a Ghibli movie called Pompoko. Tanuki. There's a Ghibli movie called Pompoko, which has so many tanukis in it. And if you've ever seen me show you those creatures with wonderful assets outside of people's homes that are for luck, those are also tanukis. So that was a real one. It looked very handsome, didn't it? Yeah, it's like a badger and a skunk put together. That was so cool, guys. I don't think a live wild tanuki has ever been seen in on a Heygo tour, so that's pretty cool. Fluffy is your new favorite word. Yeah, you know I love fluffy things. You know I love the fluffies. Well, guys, I've got to say that despite not having my engagement ring and not really knowing where it is, the police have been contacted, and so have the train companies. And I hope it comes back to me, because although it wasn't very expensive by way of an engagement ring, it was about $400. That's more expensive than any outfit I've ever worn in combination. I generally don't have things that are that expensive. So I'm really sad, and it means a lot to me. And, you know, I've never had an engagement ring before, and I loved it, and it's very beautiful. So I just hope it comes back. Hope it comes back to me. I just don't know. So sorry for the super somber start to the tour, but you guys made me feel better. So thank you very much. Just presenting to you guys did lift my spirits quite a lot. So thank you so very, very much. We're coming up to 1 minute until I said this tour ends. So that looks like I'm bang on time. My timing for these things has become quite impeccable. Yeah, Cheryl says her grandma left a very expensive camera and it was returned. I don't think it's been lost at home, unfortunately, because we've had a good look around there. But yeah, if it's outside, hopefully someone will bring it back. So hopefully. They're bound to, but the worst thing is if it's dropped outside in an unable to reach place. Oh, you lost a diamond out of a wedding ring. That's awful, yeah. It sucks. I mean, we're lucky to have these things in the first place, I think. And here's how to say goodbye to the cherry blossoms, because there they are, all on the ground. I hope you'll join me for the sunset later. I think Sarah said she's coming. And oh, they found it again. Okay. There's more. Oh my goodness. These guys are so cute. Look, they've gone from being really annoying to being very cute all of a sudden, looking for tanukis. That's all right, lovelies. Please check me out on YouTube. Please consider contributing to my final paycheck using either Heygo or Buy Me a Coffee. I'll be very, very grateful. And I look forward to seeing you around in the future. Where's this tanuki? It ran under here. We can't see it again. I hope you never lose it too. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. The little blossoms are all gone now. Bye. Here's a little picture of loads of daffodils. See you next spring, Tanuki. Thanks, Adrian. Bye.